Let's go. Taking a look here. It is Game 5. We got 2 more of these set lobbies to go before the end of day 1 here at the EU Grand Finals. And we're taking a look here, Shayo. This is almost a kind of repeat. A little Sweaty Sands getting a little bit less populated. And we're taking a look at Lazy Lake. Lazy Lake has been consistent. You know, Airwalks is sitting right there in the top 10, just on the edge there. What do you see here developing as the first zone is revealed?
I'm seeing a change of routine for some people. I'm also looking at the player count not dwindling whatsoever while people are already landed onto the entire map of Fortnite. 95 players holding strong. As I slay that, Teak gets taken out by Slicks, but at the same time, people are changing their routines. They're just holding out and playing for a little bit more information, because right now, it's all about staying alive till those placement points get divvied out. It's about getting as many points as possible. There are only 2 games left here, Sancho, and this is Game 5.
Game 5, and this is a nice spot for Aqua. This is what's known as like Fish Island in the community. You have so many opportunities to fish in like about 6 or so of fishing spots at least, and sometimes you have a nice upgrade station. He could kind of farm this area, walk away with a stronger pump if he wanted to, but it's a very chill spot. If you're taking a look at a lot of the research that we did, there's not a lot of people that will contest Aqua, and I don't think you're going to have a lot of people changing at this point as we're on board here with Wolfies, and he's leading the pack like the wolf that he is. He's doing really solid here at the rig. I did see him in the earlier games that sometimes he likes to mix it up and land agency, but no doubt this rig spot for him is working really well for him, Shio.
Yeah, he likes just going straight up for these power POI positions, likes having the best loot possible, and the high concentration of shields available in all these different vaults around the map. You mentioned agency. The rig has a very similar type of breakdown. But at the same time, when you're at this side of the map, it's kind of different in terms of your entire game and how it plays out. You're always running into people when you want to rotate, right? The rig is at the very corner edge of the map. Has the heavy sniper too. Because of that, he'll have an advantage in every single box fight.
I've been watching his, doing some bot reviews on Wolfies. His combination with the heavy and the RPG, I know he left it behind, but if he combines those things, win those 4 third circles, things of that sort in that mid game, he will look for opportunities to send the rocket into a build and then hit it with the heavy snipe at the perfect time. He racked up so many elims in the previous games here at the Invitational.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Wolfies, if there was a word that defines this type of playstyle for the entire lobby, he's a catalyst. He makes it so that your game either has an opportunity to breathe a little bit because there's someone else around you getting affected, or he just makes your game kind of end and you get focused by the entire lobby because of the loadouts he chooses to just use and abuse sometimes when it comes to being right next to boxes. He never hesitates when he has an opportunity, and that's what makes him such a great player, such a standout, individual in the European scene. But he'll be uncontested at rig. This is reputation on the line, and no one wants to, go head-to-head. Right now, though, Anas once again fighting off against Frenzy at the edge here of the map, and things are getting a little bit spicy. I think we have Frenzy's shield almost knocked off, and Anas is taking over this entire fight. A launch pad denied, and now in the same box, Anas cleans it up.
That is the reputation that we're talking about. Frenzy did go down to Anas earlier, and that made him try to get away with the pad, and Anas was able to catch him. I did see in the feed that Savage did go down to Red Rush. So we're seeing these rivalries come out in these landing spots. We're seeing people win and lose, of course, but I think Anas is totally letting Frenzy know, this is my land. Do not come here any longer. Let's see if he comes back, if Frenzy goes back there in the next day. But here we are on board with Mini. These safe houses are pretty popular with a kind of like the outside the POIs. They're still pretty strong here, Shio. You could get yourself some nice opportunities to walk away with the heavy sniper, as we call the problem solver. And looks like Nyson is using this porta potty as a way to hide his opportunity to get it. And oh my goodness, Mini says, nice try, but I got you. 11 points, so Mini is looking for that catalyst to jumpstart their run into the grand finals.
And Mini will own all of that. Unfortunate the cone was there, but fortunate for Mini overall. We'll tune in with both Fremont, Kiriachi, and Lucia all the way at Weeping Woods, and someone's going to end up crying after this one because these are 3 huge names just looking to get out of here, get eliminations, but they're sticking around, going for these fights. Kiriachi will be the one to activate things on the wall, looking for his next shot to divvy down, but overbuilding at this moment, making this fight a little bit too hot. There is another party lingering around. It's a 3-way battle. Fremont is low. Anything can happen. Fremont taken out. Now Kiriachi both controls a launch pad and this entire fight.
controls it very nicely here. Kirachi is one of the favorites out there all around the competitive Reddit, subreddit, all that stuff. Kiriachi has been a name that a lot of people are saying to look out for, and Lusa's going to have to look out for Kiriachi as well to not gain it. At this point, Shayo, they know who's around. They know that no doubt, and they see in the feed that someone just got eliminated nearby. I have to be careful, and it's going to be another battle for Weeping Woods as we're seeing Sweeze, the reboot winner of the EU area. This is interesting. Sweeze is actually doing pretty solid here with 48 points. So that is one of the things I want to keep an eye on. Can someone who's been competing, this is day 2, at competing at a high stressful tension area here, Shayo, can they continue to be successful and ride that wave that they got from the reboot round?
It's success in that tension as well. He was first overall in that reboot round, so he knows what that word means, momentum. He knows what winning's like. But at the same time, these are against now the top 80 players who didn't actually get to play against yesterday, at least, when trying to qualify for this portion of the competition. We'll see exactly how Sweeze does, where he moves, what his game plan is when it comes to staying central overall on the map. It gets risky if you're caught out, especially in a lobby like this. You'll have the likes of Verox, Lecce breathing down your neck. You never want that happening at all. But Sweeze will be right beside an entire gas station that he can just mine up over and over again. He'll have a good base, but I'm pretty sure he wants to stay mobile, get tags, and be ahead of the competition by at least a few steps.
Yeah, and Sweeze is ahead of Lecce right now on the leaderboard, so he's doing really nice, working his way, and he gets the third-party hit right there, and he's going to keep on the pedal. He's going all in with that rocket launcher here, Shiloh. He's going to have this nice opportunity to steal another 4-piece there. That was a great use just to get that guy away from his loot. We've been seeing in solos, a lot of people like to vulture loot after an Elim.
Yeah, and right now, the Elim does not stop, and it won't stop coming at all. It's going to be Sweeze and Lecce fighting hand in hand. I thought Sweeze would have the upper advantage, but now Lecce controls the fight vertically at least, but he gets affected from the back. There's another big star moving right over. 78 players left alive, and 3 of the biggest ones are here at the gas station, Sancho.
Yeah, and Sweeze says, nope, I'm going to go ahead and just get my way out of there using the river as to boost his way out of that fight. I mean, that's a smart disengage. You see Lecce, you see Benji, all right, you take care of that, you two titans of the Fortnite scene, as Matzo here using the rocket launcher, pestering Mastro on the low. Let's see what happens here with 50 points so far, doing really well in this tournament. That's going to put him at a very great pace for the rest of the ride here. Maestro, at least in the top 20 here, and he has himself a stack set of loot. And I think you just got to be careful going up against that rocket launcher here, Shio. You don't want to expend too many mats because that rocket launcher certainly gobbles him up.
Yeah, right now he has the option of having his own as well, but he's just going to be box fighting. A pattern I'm seeing, though, developed in this game is a lot of people are overreaching around boxes to get shots off. A third party comes in and affects you after that. You throw your lead. Right now, Maestro, the risky kind of move to move past the wall, not his, finally has the advantage over his opponent, going for a few more shots. Does control all these walls, but is going to have risks when editing them. Once again, on the outside of the fight, like I mentioned, because of this, the third party will beam right in. There's so many around. This is happening near risky reels. We know people stay at the agency 24/7. No one will be able to move, but it's Matzo that gets taken out. That's him just getting in, bait and switching. You know, am I going to just aggress on you over and over again? Am I going to calm it down? Won't matter if you're in my base. I can pick and choose. Maestro with a very nice decisive fight.
Yeah, sitting at the top 24, but now we're on board here with number 1. That's Wolfies. 125 points, has a fantastic kit. These are the ingredients he likes to use, and he gets those nice tags to open up and give him the green light. And I'm going to see this before. It's going to rinse and repeat. I'm expecting the big, heavy sniper play to come on in. He's poking and prodding. This is an opponent trying to get away. No doubt looking for that big-time ramp boost. He's going to sit right above him here, Shio. He's going to, again, they talked about it a little bit earlier. That discipline to disengage, that one little shot to Wolfies is time to back away.
I was going to say, is he moving a little bit too fast in this competition because he has this big lead, but, you know, we're seeing right now that he knows exactly where he is, the self-awareness of both his position, his points, very smart, breaks off that fight as you mentioned, now moving forward, one of the trickiest places to rotate on the map, Salty Springs. A lot of people try to converge over here from Sweaty, Weeping, Holly Hedges. It gets very tricky in solos with 100 different entities all over the map. It'll just get sightlines together 24/7. It's not possible to really get out for free. Wolfies has to make 2 boxes, waits it out. Ensar moves up forward first. He'll now follow through. And that means he won't be able to just make up his own boxes as he moves along. He'll have to follow someone else's story overall.
Looks like a lot of people just looking for storm tags here, Shio. They're just kind of getting a little bit of hits and just moving along their way, going along the rotation. They're, of course, not in the safe area. And the Wolfies is trying to make sure that everything's good to go. But this is that opportunity, that natural high ground that Wolfies is going to push up against. Enzar was up here a second ago. Wolfies is now taking his time, slowly making his way. Enzar is trying to gauge to see if it's worth it. No doubt it would be worth to get that name out of the lobby. It'd be worth to get that name in the elimination feed. But Ensar choosing wisely and backing away. Doesn't want to get that bite from Wolfies.
And Moki's also in the distance as Kuriachi moves in from the back. CRR on top of the house too, and we know how intense he gets once he lands just one shot. I think Ensar's caught in between both Wolfies and CRR. And CRR's on his box, but that's just Salty Springs, and that's outside of zone. Meanwhile, the real story developing, the people building bases inside the safe circle, inside the zone. Frenzy Farm, Risky Reels, we're talking about rivers now being involved in this endgame. Natural low ground, player skill going to be shown over all throughout the rest of this match. And Wolfies needs to get there still. We're following him, but he has a very tricky path in finding a good base and holding a nice spot.
Ooh! But the tricky shot goes right in. Wolfies gets another nice tag. And he's going to keep using that, letting that player box up. I mean, once you get hit with a heavy sniper, Shio, that is like, oh, all right, I'm going to box up here and not move for a hot second because someone has their eyes on me and someone has a nice hit. And Wolfies catches Enzar. You try to get me earlier, and Wolfies returns it. And he's looking for more action. The opportunist of Wolfies is racking them up right now. And he says he's going to be aggressive. He has to be careful, Shio. His aggression could lead him to slipping away from the lead, because he does have Janus short on his heels, especially with those placement points that Janus has been getting. Wolfies now going to kind of slow down a little bit and let the Storm do some damage to make them move.
Doesn't do too much damage though, but there's so many other people still involved at the edge over here that Wolfies can have a say with. That being said, you're right. He has to tone it down and speed it up when he needs to. Right now it is going to be a total switch over to Kuriachi. Wolfies. The decision making, did you know he was that low? Just keep in mind that every single individual here, Moki, Kuriachi, Wolfies, Ensar, CRR, they all were at the same point of lines in position, moving towards the zone, but they're all in different health pools now, all in different situations, because they're using their brains very differently. Wolfies is disassociative. He doesn't want to be next to anyone. Meanwhile, so many other people, Anas included, are being box to box, taking damage because of this, easily getting picked up like we saw Kuriachi do. But sometimes it's tight enough, it's just so secluded that it's easy and no one can affect you. Anas picks up Squeeze, and now he's out of Game 5, and he has 2 big eliminations now, Anas, to move over with towards the end of this game, and a whole lot of ammunition and loot.
Yeah, Anas squeezes Squeeze right out of this set lobby. Anas, with that crazy rotation, remember, he was on the edge of the island, making his way all the way over here, likes to land at that base camp, the hotel. Now on board here with one of the Solari boys. Has the legendary heavy sniper, and this is what I've been seeing. A lot of the use of the heavy sniper. If you get a big-time headshot, that'll be a great opportunity to get those 4 points. 22 points right here for MEX. So no doubt looking for the catalyst, the momentum to take him in. And all you may need, Shio, is a nice headshot with the heavy sniper to jumpstart your run. Oh, there it is! Oh, left eye gets bruised right in that eye with that heavy sniper, and it's a big-time hit. Now it's the question. Yes, of course, emote. But should I go over there and get the loot? I mean, he's sitting pretty stacked. Doesn't really need to upgrade his kit and doesn't really need mats there, Shio.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a stretch. No possible way. A Mexer will stay in this box and just wait things out. That's just a free pickup or a free elimination pickup to get. But it's just hard to land, too. Good on him for knowing that angle, taking the shot. Anas, though, in a very different situation. Doesn't really have a base, doesn't have a say in what he can do to other people. But he's saving on materials, waiting out, getting actually into zone even. He's not safe just yet. Finally gets towards the Frenzy Farm house, and now walks in on old bills. He's being very conservative though. And yes, that kind of keeps him quiet, but then he doesn't get these opportunities, like we saw with a Mexer, having a say on people, like we saw with Wolfies, getting beams and tags. Maybe 2 eliminations are enough. You're getting a little bit tense there, 100% with that RPG out. It can get a little bit crazy, but I don't think he has the shot just yet.
Shio Wolfies went down in the feed, brother. His run is done here in this game. So game 5, Wolfie goes down in the high 60s. And now we're going to have someone that could have the opportunity to take away the lead with a big pop-off game. This is what I'm talking about. The tensions are high as Lechi is someone that is around the middle of the board, looking his way to climb up higher and higher. And Anas, sitting around the 20s, could no doubt have the opportunity, all the ingredients to move up as well. And Tomas, or I like to say Tom, that guy had a little spice there. Thomas is literally dominating recently in Grand Finals custom stages, out of the Cash Cups, and also in general, 8th in week 1. So many big-time players are getting closer and closer into the circle.
And the circle, once again, is going to just be over free ground. There's a few people. We saw Thomas. We see Anas just clinging onto this house for as long as possible, getting as many mats replenished, but it might not be enough. Anas, though, finally, the patience pays off, and Thomas. It's Thomas who gets punished. And look at the loot. It's gold all around. A minigun. I believe that's Brutus's as well. Gold AR. Pump shotgun, he is set now. He was almost shambles in terms of rarities of items, but now he's looking so good, and he has momentum in this game, Sancho. He's just ramping up. Lechi, meanwhile, he's in a completely different headspace, not close to the zone, has to fight his way off to the next portion of the competition, and he does, as Diablo that gets sent back to the underworld.
Diablo getting, just getting exercised big time there by Lechi there. And Lechi, this is did really well in the qualifying round. Did really well in week 2 as well. That's what I meant. He did so solidly, and we're expecting a nice performance as Moraine gets an Elim on Mage. So this is where it is. I mean, this is where that professional attitude, that mental fortitude, could be a big factor in letting you get to the rest of the ride here, as Styler is being pressuring Lechi, and Lechi is doing his best to survive that fight there, Shio.
Yeah, Lechi getting bullied by Pocket C4s. Never actually see them all the way this far into the game, but possibly 2 used over there. Might have been a cheeky strap, but doesn't pay off. CRR, though, just look at the zone, look at his position. Everyone conservative waiting at the edge. You'll have setups like this then. Joe Bond getting taken out. The squad's god now. No teammates to help him, and no life to live for this game. Chulek's taking out vibes. I don't think CRR's done yet in this position. He has a long way to go here, Sancho. It's pulling all the way up to that big hill, risky reels. If you're up there late and people are already built up, it might be impossible to play out the rest of this game.
Yeah, CR has to make a decision here. He does have a pad in his inventory, or he's going to wait to use a community pad. He could bait the pad out. So many options for him, but regardless, he's going to have to make that move all the way north. We're taking a look at the rest of the circle. We're seeing where everybody's kind of posted up right now. Tayssir is getting some damage from Aqua. Aqua is going to go to the high early there as Anas does get tagged. He's trying to make that rotation, but it wasn't enough. Just a little bit of a tickle right there as Anas there. We're just keeping an eye on him as Lechi picks up the Elim in the feed. Things are going to start heating up here, Shio.
Every time I see Anas do a double edit jump pump, I know something good's going to follow up right after it because he hits big shots. Going over for a little bit of control of the builds that he has in his box. Doesn't see much just yet. It's not a moving zone, but it feels just as tense because this is all about survival right now. Storm Surge might not be up, but the positions for a lot of people are slightly outdated. What a combination from Anas. Takes out Noword. Once again, he doesn't get a chance to play out the rest of his game. He got taken out by Benji earlier on in a very similar position and time. This time, Anas with the classic RPG pump combination now only has 1 left. Where will he use it? Not sure. Finds another little cache of items to just get up a big shield to top him off to 200 effective HP.
Things are getting stacked right now as Anas is starting to make his way. 60 points so far in this day 1 here, the EU Grand Finals. Looking really well, and that rocket shotgun combination is working really well. And now we move on to the first time 6th zone here. The rotation is going to push us all the way north. There is a bit of a climb here that I have to deal with. Not too scary, but Anas is sitting really pretty right now, especially with that pad in his back pocket.
He's just winning things out. Needs to just keep his materials in mind. Another trap set over here. RPG pump combination. It connects, and Anas once again onto Clement. Gets another refresh, another RPG combo. This man is setting things up on some of the best players in the European region at a time where pressure is so hard to divvy out, to put down. But now he has to move. No more box-to-box gameplay. We're in the moving zones here, Sancho, and people are flying straight in.
moving zones, and this is that mountain I was talking about. This is the one that a lot of people may have an issue here. This Mini on board with Mini and looking for the big time placement points and E-limbs. This is Mini's time to shine right now. He's just going to use a low rotation here. I like this play right here. Not going to go ahead and go all the way up. We're going to risk that possibility of maybe sticking to the low side of here of this mountain. Don't want to use so much of those resources because Mini does not have a lot of material to work with here, but does have a lot of bullets. Looking in the backside, using that harpoon, did get a tag for 75 and upgraded themselves to the heavy sniper style. So many people are tagging right now in the back line of the storm. Mini looking for that jump shot, looking for that launch into higher up of this board.
But Mini gets pulled straight back to the rest of the map once again. Cannot focus on the storm. Has to now move up. A good position for shots earlier on, but now no more left. Frey goes down. The back-to-back spray is there. It's Milan that gets taken out. Too Mini moving forward with every single available item in his inventory right now, and he's just still moving. No chance for stopping right now. Looking for the next shot. 6 builds available. It has to be shots connecting, and it's ZQ that gets taken out. Another one placed on a tear. Mini is unstoppable and full health. No floppers though. Every single tick of storm is going to be so monumental in stopping Mini's game, but at this rate, at these many eliminations per second, it's going to be fine. Better than floppers even, and good for his score as well.
Mini is feeling litty right there. Literally started this entire match with about 10 points. Now catapulted themselves with 46 points and has the opportunity to get the victory royale. Doing some nice tarping right there, Shio. This is the thing what I'm talking about. The jump, the catalyst to get you to turbo boost your way up the board. And Giannis is popping off as well. But we're on board with Anas. Anas has a lot of opportunity here. Doesn't have any rockets. So no doubt hoping that he could find some to knock out the high ground.
The early game warrior now transitions all the way to the late stages, and he's on low ground right now. 240 materials left, but he's just staying low to the ground, knows exactly what he wants to do. Just shoot. Now has the drum gun. He gets an upgrade, and it's him versus MXR, and he's still moving forward, staying low, knowing exactly what he controls. MXR is looking for a crack in this man's defensive capabilities to try to get a shot in, knows he has an RPG. Now Anas with maximum builds is slightly baiting MXR up top, is going to move up for height. It's going to be a build fight. Blocked off a cone potential there. Anas doesn't see it. It's an RPG, and he brings him down to his level. Anas wins over MXR in Game 5 of Europe. Both from early, straight to the end. He was dominant box to box, and now he's feeling real good on top of that leaderboard.
Woo! The big-time combo of the rocket launcher and the pump shotgun proving true, and a nice ride there for Anas.